There we go. Cool. Just gonna make sure no one's exploded on Discord. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So we're just gonna go through and play some Clash of Ninja and then some Sonic Riders because luckily, like today, it was announced that the servers would be partnering. Right, the Super Clash of Ninja 4 Discord and the Sonic Riders competitive Discord. So I'm just gonna play through a bit of um survival. No, it isn't survival. I didn't pick survival, did I? I picked what is it? I picked score attack. I got play Neji because I play Neji. And this is using the HD pack that me, my brother, and Brutal made. Oh shit! Like I'm not good at either of these games, but which is why I'm playing versus. I'm playing locally and just playing against CPUs. But that Shikamaru's eye texture didn't load. What? Uh, yeah, a lot of the textures haven't loaded. But yeah, I should probably go over the controls for Clash of Ninja 4, considering that some of the people watching will probably have never played it. But so it's left analog stick, or in the case of Super, D-pad to move. A to throw kunais as like a weak attack. B is your basic attack. Y is to throw. X is super. And then L and R are sidestep. And also your substitution buttons once you've got 75% chakra, which is like that meter up that blue meter up there. Like, let's see. You see how I'm at 100%? Now if I was to do super, right? I pressed X and now I could do super. Oh, But yeah, each string, right, which is a combination of B and A presses. So like for Neji, right, he has like five B B B B B, which we use numpad notation for Clash of Ninja, but it's so that's five B B B B B, right? But I can also do like two B B A B B B B B, which is actually it's B A B B B B B, which which is and you can also after B B you can press X if you have meter once it hits to to cancel into super, which is what that was. But there's a bunch of them. Like Neji has like, if I pause the game, right, you got five B presses, four B presses, then A. Hey Phoenix. Then you got BBA, six BBB, like, and it just goes on from there. Like it's and Neji's not like the most advanced character in the game either. It's pretty easy to do the stuff that Neji does. Like, because Neji's whole gimmick, right, is that he drains chakra. So if I, so he drains a bit of chakra with his Abun when he's when it isn't kunais. So basically, if you're in a string, right, and you press A, whatever move comes out from that will drain chakra. Oh god, my headphones playing up. Okay, there we go. Oh, oh, he did a throw break. Okay, yeah, that was back A or 4A. Then yeah, yeah, certain characters like all three Hyugas, so Neji, normal Hinata, and Awoken Hinata, as well as Rock Lee, and I think Mike Guy, all have what the community calls a Hyuga cancel, which is like for example, right? I can press Y before the move hits. Oh, like certain moves, right, have a property called Hyuga cancel, which is not that. It's like this, right? You see how I could do only the dash part or the entire move? Yeah, or I can feint out the second hit of his string. Oh, damn it, he got me. Okay. Well, I'll take that as a cue to change to a different character then. You know what? Let's go into survival this time. And yeah, I'd say the roster's a pretty good size. You got obviously your mainstays like Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi. You got Neji, Rock Lee, Ten, and Mike Guy. You then got Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino. No Azuma. Shino, Kiba, and Hinata. No Kurenai. Akamaru on his own. Gara, Kankuro, with the puppet. Tamari, the puppet on its own. Haku, Zabuza, Iruka, Mizuki, Anko, uh, Hiruzen Sarutobi, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Orochimaru, Jirobo, Kidomaru, Sakon Tayuya, Kimimaro, Kabuto, Itachi, Kisame. And then you got Curseal 2 Sasuke, One Tailed Naruto, and Awakened Hinata. So pretty diverse set of playstyles. Like, and these three have completely different playstyles to their normal counterparts. So, who should I play? You know what? Let's play some Shino. So Shino is sort of like a zoner, right? You lay bugs, and then the bugs do stuff. Like he can do like setups like so stuff like that is possible. But I'm like nowhere near experienced enough with Shino to be able to do stuff like that consistently. Oh yeah, right. Tayuya has has the ability to summon enemies. Yeah, and what you saw there was a Y cancel, right? A Y cancel takes 25% meter, and and it only works on attacks that launch into the air. So as long as you're grounded and your opponent's in the air, and the attack isn't like a knockdown, it should function. It should allow you to cancel like an attack. Like, you see, I could cancel that. So you can do tons of weird stuff with Y canceling. Okay, if I delay this, like pretty much any attack that launches can be Y cancelled. Which is great for certain characters which have weak combo potential because it gives them a lot more tools to combo. Okay, and now we're fighting Kiba. So Kiba's a sort of puppet character. Like puppet as in like his terms of playstyle, not like he literally has a puppet. Oh, that's but yeah, you can do stuff like that, right? So like I placed the bugs down. Kiba substituted, ended up in front of me, and fell into the bugs. Uh that was Rock Lee's particles. But yeah, it's a pretty good variety of playstyles. Like I said, Shino's a sort of like zoner. Like he uses his bugs as like I wouldn't actually classify him as sort of a zoner because he uses his bugs as more like an approach tool to like get in and deal damage than using them to stay out of damage. But like most of the characters here can be played pretty diversely. Like you can play a character as a rushdown character, a zoner, usually. There are some exceptions like was it like Lee and Guy don't have projectiles. So they can't play as zoners because they don't have anything to zone with. And like if anyone's seen like Combo Breaker 2019's like gameplay of Clash Ninja 4, then Haku's pretty infamous because of his needle loops. Yeah, there's a bunch of like weird picks of characters. Like Mizuki, right? Like his only major appearance in the manga was literally the first issue where he got beat up by Naruto. Yeah, this should be this is the final battle. Like Tenten's more of like a traditional zoner. Also, don't worry. Yes, you're seeing this correct. This is the Cell Games arena with Budokai Tenkaichi music. But Tenten's more of like the traditional zoner like archetype, which makes sense considering her character in Naruto is just so that should be the final. Oh wait, no, survival goes until you die. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch. Oh, it's in battle. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a four. Let's do a four-player match. Um, actually, there you go. So yeah, Clash of Ninja 4 has four-player, and you can do doubles. Like that menu was to select your team. So you press Z to swap between targets. You see that little reticle, that little cursor underneath Kakashi changing? And Kakashi and Sasuke have one up. Yeah, there's 4 player. You can do up to 4 player. Like you can have 3 players, or you can have 3 players total. But oh, I missed. Yeah, at this rate, Choji's gonna win. Oh, and yeah, in 4 player, each team needs to get a certain amount of wins. Oh, fuck off, Choji. Oh, really? Uh, yeah, Choji and Jirobo are the grapplers of the game. Mostly because they have super armored throws. Up, and there is one more. Like in there's a see 2v2, right? It's just 4 player, except you can do 2 players and then just do survival mode, and then 3 man cell. This is a pretty big one because it allows you to pick 3 characters, right? So, for example, Naruto, Sasuke, and wait, what's long hair Sakura again? It's X. Yeah, yeah. Every character has 2 costumes. Some characters have 4. Like right. I can't do. I have to go into single player into the 3 man cell menu, which is up here. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and every character has 2 costumes. Some characters like Naruto, some characters like Sakura have 4 technically, because they have short and long hair variations of both costumes. Ino's another one like that, has a short and a long hair version of both costumes. Haku has an option to disable his mask. Uh, I can't think of another character with 4 costumes, but like you know what? Let's do and then so yeah, in 3 man cell, each you play as your first character until you die, then the second, then when they die, you switch to the third, and then if they die, you lose. Think of it sort of like King of Fighters, right? How you got like a 3v3 sort of thing. So you'll see Neji teleport out, and then Lee appears, and some characters like Naruto, Sasuke, Lee, Guy, etc. have like a form change. So Naruto can switch into his zero tail like initial transformation thing from early on in from like the Land of Waves arc. And yeah, after all characters are defeated, yeah, I'd say that's. And then there's story mode, which sort of works in Super. It doesn't really work. I it's I think the option was taken away. I know there it is. In Super, you have to use the C stick, and yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm just gonna skip the text. Yeah, story mode has some weird fights, like the entirety of Team 7 versus Iruka. Like, this is a tutorial fight, right? I'm just gonna skip through the thing because you can press C stick up to skip through the things. I'm just gonna skip into the fight because this is teaching you the. There we go. Because that is meant to be teaching you the basics of the tag mode. But since the tag mode was changed, since Free Man Cell was changed to be a sort of elimination mode in Super, the tutorial doesn't work. But in in circumstances like these, right, where there's three characters against one, they give the one character like I think it's 3 times more health. So it's basically like picking the same character 3 times. Problem is in player versus player, right? You can't actually pick the same character multiple times. Here you go. And this will look weird because they changed the stage. Yeah. Yeah, they changed the stage to be the cell game, so it looks weird. Yeah. Well, the Chidori I held the Chidori down. Like you can the Chidori's yeah, the custom textures aren't loading. That's not right. Oh, I know why. Sasuke uses a different costume in single player. Oh, the Chidori, right, can be charged. So I was charging it, and he blocked it. Same with Kakashi's Raikiri. Like, if I was to just tap the button, right, that's Lion's Barrage. But you have to be in Sharingan state to be able to use it. Uh, I'm just gonna let him hit me one more time. There we go. So if I just tap X, see, it comes out much faster, but it deals less damage. But there are combos which allow you to hit with a full charged a fully charged Chidori. I don't know them off the top of my head, but you can do it. But you see now Sasuke's in his tuning exams outfit. Okay, so that thing that just happened there, right? That weird like clash. Yeah, that's because we both try to attack at the same time. And yeah, Tenten's kind of like insane. Like definitely not a character I would play, but it's definitely she's definitely good. Yeah, and you can sidestep kunais. Okay, so what should I do? Hmm. And yeah, there's a lot of combos to combo into super, assuming you have enough super meter. But you see that Sakura and Sasuke are now in their outfits during the tuning exams. So Sakura has short hair and no sleeves. Sasuke's in his black outfit. But eventually there's a fight. Yeah, there's some fights later on where you play as Itachi and Kisame. But since yeah, the costumes are awesome. Like my personal favorite one has to be I, it's hard to pick one specifically, but I would say the War Jiraiya. Now Eno's like whack for the because I know Phoenix if they're still watching like only was playing is a Riders player. Eno's absolutely cracked in this game. Like I've seen the phrase Eno is a Marvel vs. Capcom character in a Naruto game, and it's hilariously enough a very apt description. It's a bummer I'm actually not being able to actually play as Naruto as anyone other than Naruto because I'm because I actually labbed out Naruto early on in when I started playing, so I know Naruto combos, so I can't play Sakura and Sasuke because I'm just killing everyone with Naruto. But yeah, when Naruto's transformed, his his kunai button, his like A button changes to be like claw swipes. Yeah, and there's two different kinds of teleports. There's substitutions. There's R substitutions, which are an attacking, which you attack afterwards, or L substitutions, which are quicker but don't attack. In fact, I'll let him hit me. See, that's an L. There we go. But there's combos you can do as Sasuke when you're in Sharingan, because the deactivation of the Sharingan counts as a super. So you can actually cancel any move that can be cancelled into Lion's Barrage or into Chidori can also be cancelled into just a cancel. So like I can go BB back X, BB back X, and do like Lion's Barrage. Do like oh whoops. Oh, I mean they were kind of not balanced in the in earlier versions. Like being able to having full chakra regen on third gate is ridiculous because you just get like you get your super back before the super finishes, so you can just spam X. But yeah, they made it a more balanced, I would say. Like they reworked the gates to into less of a here's a 20% attack buff to hey here's separate mechanics for the gate. So they changed it from more of like Frank West from Marvel 3. They changed it from that to more like Phoenix Wright from the same game. Up, I messed that up. Oh, he teleported behind me. Yeah, most characters have an alternate super, and the ones who don't have the alternate super are your characters like your Kakashis, your Sasuke's. Uh, uh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just finish this battle and then we'll switch over to Sonic Riders. and that's the end of the game split into four like chapters, right? And it returns you to the main menu after every one, I think. Yeah. So I'll use this as the perfect time to quickly switch over to Sonic Riders, and we'll get that up. Uh, there we go. Yeah, so now we're on Sonic Riders because I did say I yes, continue without loading. So there's right. I'll just give a brief rundown of the characters. Right. So there's multiple like archetypes that you can see using the at the top. Right. So Sonic has like you can see that he gets level 2 and 3. It says plus 60. Yeah, that's because he's a late. Well, in this mod, he's a late boost character, so he gets more boost speed or more boost duration later on in the game. Like Tails is like gets a little bit overall. Amy gets none at all and gets drift boost speed instead. Like yes, that is the monkey from Monkey Ball. You got, yeah, this game has three guest characters for some reason. Knights from Nights into Dreams, I from Super Monkey Ball, and Ulala from Space Channel 5. I have no idea why they're here, but they are. Yeah, hey, Riders. I did say I would play both, but there's like, you know what? Uh, I normally used. Yeah, I know they're Sega characters. It's just that from a perspective of someone who has, for example, never played Sonic Riders, seeing them for the first time would be a bit weird. Yeah, right. So I'm I'm actually there are three types of extreme gear in Sonic Riders. You've got boards, which are for example, what I'm using now. Bikes, which in vanilla the the pillar like the main bike, right? Which was the E Rider, for example, had a higher. I can't remember the exact difference between this, but the E Rider was I think it was slightly faster, but it had higher like air drain. Now I think about it, I probably shouldn't have picked the gravity cannon of all gears to use because the gravity cannon's gimmick is for I think it's 75 rings in 1.3, but at like it actually gains rings over time. But if you press B to boost, you go at 490. You go at like 490 boost speed. But there's three types of like characters. You got power characters like Storm and Knuckles and I just realized the mapping's stuffed. Gonna quickly fix that. Why is it doing that? Or is that just how the PC this version is? Uh, but anyway, uh, power characters can smash through obstacles. Like, for example, on Metal City, these cars are obstacles, as well as this train thing. Speed characters can go on grind rails, which... Oh, whoops, that's the wrong button. That's probably messing up the bit rate, but um uh so like power characters can smash through obstacles, speed characters can grind on grind rails, and flight characters can fly off those little like you see that there was a tall ramp, right? Those tall ramps are your fly ramps. So if you're a flight character, or you have the flight type through something like a gear, I'll just go in free race now to show it off. Oh yes, yes I should. Thanks for reminding me. There we go. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me there. But for example, right? For knights, right? Flight character, so she can Et can take like flight shortcuts. Ai is a power character, so he can smash through power obstacles, and Ulala is a speed character, so she can grind on grind rails. E10000G doesn't have a typing, so he can't use any of the shortcuts unless he uses a gear that gives him one. So I'll just and there are certain gears which give types, like the where is it? Yeah, the air broom I think gives the air broom gives grind gives speed type if in vanilla. I can't remember if it's the case in this. Uh, whoops! I've went past the access. There's a gear called access, which wait, can knights even? Oh no, knights is fly type. She can't. It can't use the access, but the access board gives you the ability to fly. The grinder skates give you the ability to grind. Uh, and then there's a and then Destroyer gives you the ability to break through obstacles, so it gives you power type. Omnipotence gives you all typings at once, but it's super slow. The Chaos Emerald or the Supersonic gear, right? Which is specifically for Sonic, is also old. Gives all typings. But yeah, certain characters can't use certain gears. For example, Ulala can't use bikes. Both E10000 robots cannot use can only use gear like boards, and Eggman can only use bikes. But you know what? Let's use Advantage F because it's Advantage S. Like this is one of my favorite gears in this game because it's legitimately a a gear which is designed to not be used as a gear. Right, so you can see that air is going down pretty quickly. It's based on each gear has different consumption of air and different air tanks. Like what is it? Like darkness, right? The skates, which are based on shadows ones. Uh, they consume less air than the other gears in general. Um, the high booster has a really fast boost speed, but it consumes half the air gauge every time you boost. Advantage S in this game is all about getting off the gear as quickly as possible. Because if you're off your gear, you run. And Advantage S, which I call sometimes the Sonic R gear, because the whole point of the gear, right, is that your run speed is based on your level. So if I purposefully run out of air, I start running at. Oh, this is bad with a power character, but I start running at I think 250 boost, 250 speed, or 240, and I can just start running. I can just run. But yes, like the gears are pretty varied. Like for example, Turbo Star, which I use Storm for this track, but the Turbo Star, it has like a sort of pseudo fourth level up. Like at 90 rings, it gets a boost speed increase, but then you got Access, which gives you Fly type, uh, Accelerator, or the Gravity Cannon gives you lets you boost at 260. Oh, not 260. I think it's 460 boost speed. But you have and you slowly gain rings to use it, but it requires 75 rings. Trap Gear is just Tornado Central, which tornadoes are more used in multiplayer to because they act as like a think of it as like a banana in Mario Kart, except said banana can also throw you up in the air. Lightboard carries its boost speed as long as it doesn't get slowed down by going uphill, but it slows down if you hit something. Slide booster is basically wave dash the board because you have to. It's like wave slide boost is annoying. Legend is really good on if I remember correctly when you're playing online because it auto charges your jump. Magic carpet I haven't used. Faster is pretty good. The crazy was like broken in the previous version. Heavy bike, don't use it. Uh, the cover gears are pretty good. Hang on, or hang on's funny. Yeah, they changed the music. The hang on and super hang on changed the music. In the original Sonic Riders, they were the main themes of their corresponding games. So it was the hang on and super hang on themes, but for the mod they changed it to like the data to let's go away, and I can't remember what the one for the super hang on was. Oh, but yeah, you got to jump on A, which can be charged. You got boost on B. Um, yeah, Y toggles your turbulence in the mod. Well, specifically, it toggles the ability for you to ride in other people's turbulence. I can't remember what. I think the X button is just another boost. Yeah, it is. But I should really be trying to collect rings because hang on, right? It consumes rings. As in, for example, like you're putting money into the machine. But it also means that yeah, you can't do tricks to regain it, and you can't use pit stops to refuel. You have to collect rings. And you can tell like certain tracks, right? Like here, that jump requires you to like to get the highest path. You hold forward when you on your first trick, and it will give you a higher area. Oh, I ran out of air. I ran out of rings. Yeah, I'm not good with ring gears. Oh god damn it! I forgot they put Bucket Mitai in as a victory theme. But there's um there's technically 16 tracks. It looks like there's only 8, but when you select a track, it brings up this menu where you can select between a like it's basically the two versions of the track. You've got like the hero story version and the Babylon story. Usually the Babylon story tracks are like hard mode. It's like Night Chase, right? Which type haven't I played? I haven't. No, I played. No, I haven't played flight types. So let's use a flight type with skate. No, I use bike. Use skate. Yeah, let's use knights with not cannon. Hmm, I can't think of a good gear to use. I'll just use Turbo Star, which is like if I, from what I've heard is really good. Oh, hey, it's the original music. The mod adds in 4 more songs for every track. So and yeah, at the start of every race you have to do like a run up, and if you hit the line too early, you get electrocuted. So I actually have to be a bit careful here because these cars will hit me if I don't play carefully. Like that. Oh. And then there's a technique called boost chaining, which is basically there's a technique which like your boost speed, right, is usually capped to a specific amount. But if you do a drift and boost, if you do a small drift, right, that doesn't cause you to get the boost, you can get a boost chain, which allows you to go significant, a pretty huge amount faster than normally. Which is why sometimes, like on that corner, you'll see me do like 2 drifts, even though I don't. It doesn't. You don't. It doesn't seem like I need one, because the first drift gives me the boost. Like it increase. It gives me a boost, right? And then the second one is the one that boost chains. And drifting is done using L and R. Although they also function as brakes if you're not turning. And the trick system in this is pretty good. So once you jump, assuming you have charged your jump enough, or your timing is absolutely perfect, you'll be able to do you'll be able to do tricks once you jump off a ramp. And given the more tricks that you do, or the more unique tricks you do, the more air you get when you land, as well as a higher boost speed you get from landing. But and that is that's like the main way of recovering air. There is another way. Oh, hey, more Yakuza music. Okay, but I'll show what happens. Like if you run into it too early, you get stunned for a while. Yeah, and here's the fly ramp up, and I've already buggered it up. But you can see these little pit stops. Yeah, if you go in those, you recover air. But you never want to resort to that. If you can gain air through other methods like tricks, then use those. Because recovering air using the pit stops takes a while. Especially once you're at a higher levels. Like as your air tank goes up, it only fills a certain amount of air per second, like a flat value. So the bigger your air tank is, the longer you have to wait for your air tank to fill up. So I'm just gonna try and get to 90 rings. And the quick time events, what were the quick time events in the original game like that? Only was it? Yeah, I'll dump on my air. So that's tornadoes, right? So you can see now I'm technically running. Knights flies for their running animation, but yeah, stopping at a pit stop with an empty tank at a level 3 takes up a lot of time. Oh, hi, Tess. Hi, kitty. How are you? You're adorable. You know that cat? But I'm in the middle of a live stream. Could you just not crawl on me? No. Yep. Okay. But here's a little cheat for the people who don't haven't played Riders yet. At the start line, just walk back until you see the timer change for around 2.5, and then start running forward. You'll get a perfect um thing. You'll get a near perfect run up every time. But yeah, like I said before, E10000G doesn't have a typing, so he can't break. So they can't break through walls. Like that's a power shortcut. It's like Knuckles and Storm and stuff would be able to break through that, but E10000G can't. Man, up here is a flight shortcut that he can't get because he's not fly type. And then there's a grind rail, um, I think earlier on, and I'll just take the crazy taxi thing for a bit of fun. Yeah, that's the slower path, but it's the one I enjoy. Oh yeah, and there's the grind rail here, which I can't get on because I don't have speed type. But you can tell I don't really play. Um, no, because he gets 80 frames more boost duration, I think plus 20 base speed, and I can't remember. Well, basically he can't take any of the shortcuts, but he gets tons of buffs to make him like ridiculous. Like he's not great, but he's not the worst. But something I can't show because I'm not playing multiplayer is that your boost is also an attack under most circumstances. So E10000 can just attack someone. Okay, he gets plus 15 boost cruising speed, so like normal driving speed, plus 20 drift boost speed, and plus 80 boost duration. So your boost lasts 80 frames, like 1.3 seconds longer than normal. So for tracks that have like really good shortcuts, you wouldn't pick him, but you'd play him because he's ridiculous. He has like ridiculous buffs. Like if I go back to not Night Chase, like if I go to Metal City, right, and I play 10,000G, um, like Turbo Star, not Turbo Star. Wow, I've forgotten what gear it is. Yeah, no, it is Turbo Star. He gets like he has like higher average like speed, but he also like you can see that he's cruising at what's he cruising at like 196, 197. Most characters on this gear would cruise at around 180 or 190, but like you can't take power shortcuts. You can't take speed shortcut up here, and he can't take the flight shortcut back further. Nah, no, it's funny. By the way, you wouldn't see any sane like Riders player do that because it's so slow that it's easier to just not take it. But what you sacrifice for, like, you sacrifice your ability to take type shortcuts for a ridiculous like amount of boost duration and overall like speed. So he isn't perfect, and he definitely isn't good in comparison to stuff like II in like the previous patch, or like Storm or not Advantage S. There's a lot of characters who are better than him, but he is situationally good. What are you doing, Tess? Uh, so like Knuckles here, right? You can see that he gets 80 boost duration on level 1 and 2, but has 0 on level 3. That means that he has 80 extra boost speed at level 1, 80 extra boost speed compared to at the average at level 2, and the same as average at level 3. Sonic, for example, has like a sort of opposite effect. He has the same boost speed as he has like an average boost speed at level 1, plus 1 second at level 2 in comparison, and plus 1 second at level 3 in comparison. Sonic also gets a unique gear called the Blue Star 2, which is his version of which is like an upgraded version of his default gear, the Blue Star. Which the first gear that comes up when you select someone is their default gear, or with the exception of Shadow, whose default gears actually shows up as waves. But and Eggman, who doesn't have a default gear at all because he can't use a board. But all the stats are relative to using the Blue Star or their equivalent. Like you can see that Amy has like no boost speed increase. Like you can see that there's no boost duration increase, but she gets plus 20 speed. Same with Rouge, and I think E10. Yeah, E10,000R also gets it. Because yeah, there's two E10,000s. There's G, which is the one that has no typing, plus 80 frames boost speed duration, plus 15 speed, plus 20 drift boost. And then you got E10,000R, which is power type with the plus 20 drift. You know, we want flight for this. Actually, so now we'll be able to actually see the effect of gears like ooh, the gears like Destroyer, because oh wait, no, these are just obstacles. See, oh, I missed a flight. Okay, this would be a QTE in the original, and then you can see here, right? I took a power shortcut and I can take a fly shortcut. You see, I could take the fly ramp there, but I can also take the power shortcut later up as well, or take the fly shortcut again. Like, yeah, you get the idea. But what's another stage to show off the? Yeah, nah, I won't go to Metal Factory again. Yeah, let's go to Babylon Garden. But Supersonic is ridiculous because he gets every typing. But he's a ring gear, which makes sense for Supersonic because you need rings to use Supersonic in the actual games. Uh it's like, look, I can take the speed shortcut. I can take the. I missed the. I fucked up the fly shortcut, but you can take the fly shortcut. You can take the power shortcut as Supersonic. But like Supersonic can take any shortcut. But there is some parts which I missed a flight shortcut again. Up. So like for this, I'll go through the power short. Oh well, I'll take the power shortcut at the next one. Yeah, which is see, I can break through the power shortcut just fine. Oh, up! I missed a flight again. But yes, like all the characters are pretty good. There's obviously situations where picking one is better than another, like on the Splash Canyon. You'd pick either a power type character or a flight type character. Power type because of was my Tess? What are you doing? You're Tess. What are you, Cat? What are you doing? Yeah, you trying to attack a box or some crap. But there's one thing. There's one thing I haven't shown yet, which And this is allowed in tournaments, I should add, because what I'm about to do is legal in tournaments. And in fact, the community encourages it. So like it's up after the uh, waterfall segment. Oh yeah, also the game won't look like this exactly because custom textures they added some like cool stages and stuff. But here, watch this. I'm gonna go up this fire ramp, go take the first two, and then hold left. Congratulations, you have just skipped the hairpin turn. Yep, that's allowed in tournaments. Like you can do that in actual competition and not get banned for it. There is one that you can get banned that you can't do in tournaments, but I have to. I don't. It requires the vanilla version because it requires pause buffering. Like there's a bunch of ones like that in other tracks. I just don't know them. There's one in like Egg Factory, which is like that lava stage we went to. But there's one that I'll just go Sonic. But there's a bit of the bottom path that just doesn't have collision. And yes, it's as far as I know, it is beneficial to drop down here instead of doing the like if you go down here. I think it's on this corner. Or is it top path? No, it's there's a little bit like there's a skips video that was released on the Sonic Riders on the Riders Boulevard channel, which goes over all of the legal skips, which so as far as I know is actually outdated because they changed the ruling. But that skip is still allowed. And I know that there's a skip on this track where you can phase through a like collision. So like in competitive, you would drop like a tornado there because, or not there, but you'd place a tornado close by because it's hard to dodge a tornado, especially one like a level 2 or 3 tornado. Yeah, it's like somewhere like here. There's like a gap in the. There's a gap. I think it's on the top level, but in one of the areas there's a little like crack in the collision that you can fly through. But yeah, for tall ramps like that one, it's better if you hold if your first trick is backwards, and for long ramps like the one after this, it's best to hold forward. Like for this one, right? You'd hold forward to get launched up on the top path. But yeah, like I'm not good at this game. Like there's tons of people in the Sonic Riders Discord which are a lot better than me at this. But this like the game's like once you get used to it, because the game is sure as hell like it has a tutorial in quotes, as in it has a 1.5 minute video teaching you basically press press A to jump, tornado, move, type shortcuts, the end. But like I'm gonna restate this. This like if you just move back into around 2.6, you'll get or like around 2.5. Like you can go a little later, but like I think 2.5 is the latest you can go or the earliest. Then you'll be able to get a perfect launch. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna stop playing now and get up and stop streaming. Well, it's been fun talking to you guys and showing you both Clash of Ninja and Sonic Riders. And thank you all for coming. Oh shit! Move chat. Oh yeah, just in there.